Hi guys, I'm Jim and this is Jim's Fix-It Shop, and it it is cold here again in Michigan. It's like 32 outside. It's supposed to warm up to 50s. I guess we need this weather to collect our sap to make syrup out of from the maple trees. Personally, I don't do that, but I know a lot of people that do, and I kind of enjoy maple syrup. So, outside, like I said, it's 32. I've got a fire going in the wood furnace, and it's like 80 in here, and I am loving it. I've been out working in the garage. I have a new mower that we're going to completely strip and rebuild, and it's from Bruce in Minnesota. He drove it over here from his house to Muskegon, Michigan, and he had some issues getting here. They had it in the back of I think it was a Toyota van with removable seats. He said it fit right in. It's a 42-inch machine. It's a SR 4216, I believe. It has a 16-horse twin-cylinder Briggs Vanguard on it, and I did get it started. I had to put gas back in it. There's a leak in the carburetor, and I found that. We're going to fix that up. I've got the mower deck off of it, and I'm ready to lift the engine off. Now this is the mower deck and the engine is basically all the same on all these machines. So I didn't film that. Back to Bruce, they picked up something off the highway. Of course it was dark, and it took out the bottom corner of his radiator, which is where the transmission cooling lines hooked into. So it not only took out the radiator, but it took out the transmission. So he left that there at a repair place, and he rented a U-Haul pickup truck and came the rest of the way and dropped the machine off. So I feel really bad he had all this trouble, but I talked to him the other night, and he thinks maybe, we're hoping, that the insurance will kick in because it was an object on the road that caused the damage. So I'm really praying on that. I really hate to see something like that happen to somebody that's, just trying to get their machine fixed and save money, because the dealer just told him it wasn't worth fixing. So we're going to go up to the garage. I do want to show you a couple things on the mower deck, and I guess that's it. Just the deck issues right now, and it has a few, but they are fixable. And the front frame, it's a SR, so it has a rectangular tube. The front frame is cracked. Now this is a typical problem with these machines. I think that's probably why they quit making them. And that front frame assembly I looked up is $470. But I have a son-in-law that is a certified welder, and he owns his own sheet metal and fab shop, and he said no problem, I can weld that up. So I'm hoping the cracks in the mower deck he hasn't looked at yet. I'm hoping that's going to be no problem. I can fix that right up. So I'll take you up to the garage, and there's a couple things I want to show you on the deck, and I'll show you the machine. So let's run up there. Okay, I'm up in the garage, and I gave you that number wrong. This is a SR 1642. I think I reversed that. It's a 16-horse twin cylinder, and it's a 42-inch deck. The engine, that baby just purrs. I had to put gas back in it. I took the tank off already because the carburetor has a leak in it somewhere. So I had to fill it back up with fuel. And I found a leak. It's the sealing washer on the nut that's on the bottom of the float bowl. But as long as I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna put a new float bowl gasket on it and a new sealing gasket. I have them ordered. They'll be here the end of next week. The mower deck. It has a few issues. I'm gonna move you around, so hang on. If you can see, I'm using my front-facing camera, so I have to see what I'm trying to show you. Right here we have some severe cracking in the deck. It's cracked this way, under here, that way, and this way. It's kind of like a big X. Over here you can see where this guy, no you can't, it's behind that pulley. Let me move you again. He bought this from a farmer, he said. And you can see where he's welded this. How this broke, I have no idea. There's no stress here. Well, it does hang by this arm. That's probably what broke that. You can see it wiggles around a little. So I'll have him check that weld and make sure it's okay. And on this side, on the back corner, I have another crack. The deck is cracked and you can't see it. The deck is cracked here and it goes that way. If I flip the deck over, you could see it a lot better. But I want to show you something on the top. Now, a lot of people have the misconception if a bearing spins, it's a good one. Like this is the idler pulley here. You can just see that spinning in the camera. It's not bad. It doesn't have a lot of wiggle in it, but it spins awfully free. I'm gonna say that's wore out. This one over here will be a little more obvious. That's shot. The spindle. Now I think somebody has rebuilt that. I have to put this in gear to relax the brake. It's on this side instead of in the center like ours with one blade. But if I spin this, it's very quiet and it doesn't spin very much. That is a good stiff bearing. If I could take these bearings out and hang on to them and spin them, it should turn one revolution and stop. If it spins and spins and spins, that's not a good bearing. Now let's check the other spindle. I don't know if you could hear that or not, but that is shot. We're going to need spindle bearings, 2 new idlers, and weld the deck. Now I didn't plan on any issues with the deck, so that is going to throw me back probably a week, maybe 2, depending on what I have to do, because I have to completely strip the deck. I got to take this spindle out anyway to rebuild it, so we might as well just take the whole deck off and we can clean it, sandblast the areas we need to weld, and weld them up. So the next video is going to be stripping this thing, and I'll show you the weld on this. Now this is what I'd call another farmer weld. You see if I got you in view right here. That looks like it was stick welded, not MIG or TIG. We will TIG weld this, and it'll be a much nicer weld. And as usual, this side over here is cracked just the same. The crack is running up, and it goes, you can see it underneath the decal, and I don't know if you can see it on the top. No, it hasn't gone up past the decal yet. It's just cracked up into this area. So that'll have to be welded also. Spin this thing around. It is cold out here. I hate cold weather. So I got some disassembling to do, and that I'll do on a video. Just pulling the deck off, that was typical, same as any other deck. I did notice though, this is the pin that held the deck on, and as you can see, it's extremely worn. And this end too, not bad, this end's the worst. So I'll either make a new pin, or I'll just weld this up and turn it on the lathe, and it'll be like new. I don't know, I might weld it. Sounds like more fun than making a new one. So that's it for this video. I want you to keep watching when we tear this thing apart and find out what's wrong with it. It's got some clunking in the rear end he wants me to look at, and I think we're just going to totally rebuild the chain case, the differential. It needs new boots. The clutch disc I think is okay, but we'll check that out, and we'll do it all on videos. So until next time, work safe, have fun, and keep on snapping. We'll talk to you soon. So long.